Yep, sure is. You can go to somebody else's geometry class if you want to. I'll work it out for you. Okay, classify each angle as acute, obtuse, right, or straight. What is this first one?
Obtuse.
Obtuse. Okay, James. Okay, number 3.
Acute.
It was definitely acute. Okay, something with 11 degrees
Acute.
is acute. 11 degrees is acute. Just to know, if you need to write yourself a note on your paper, a lot of you guys got it wrong the other day. I put 1 at 90. What is 90?
Right.
Right, 90 is a right, and 180
Straight.
straight. Okay, a lot of you guys put obtuse for 180. It is not obtuse. 180 is straight. So if you need to write yourself a note, do it now. Okay, hopefully it's on your review 1, which I will give back to you tomorrow. Okay, 165
Obtuse.
is obtuse.
I have a question then.
What?
On the test, will it actually have, for to know if she's straight and for the 90 degrees, will it have the box in though?
I'll be honest, probably not, because I already made copies and it didn't dawn on me until right now. But I will tell you if you need to draw something on there.
Okay.
Okay, draw and label each angle to fit the description. Okay, okay, so we need an obtuse angle, and what's got to go here in the middle?
W.
The W. Okay, and we can say X, V for the other ones. What is the W called? What's a fancy word?
Vortex. Or,
The vortex?
no.
It's pretty close. The vertex.
Vertex.
I feel like it's the same thing. Okay, 11, we're going to draw a right angle. Okay, and we need the square, and we're going to call it G. Okay, the next section, again, if you don't know, please ask me for help today. Okay, there are 2 adults in this room. If you don't know, please ask me for help. Okay, the one thing I want to tell you, if you pick adjacent, it probably is one of these 2. Okay, because when we do complementary or linear pair, right, these are always going to be adjacent. But you can also tell if they add up to 90 or 180. Okay, so if you pick adjacent, you also need to look and see. So on complementary or a linear pair, it's also gonna be adjacent. Okay, so if we look at 13, what is that? That is vertical. A and B are right across from each other. Man, I really appreciate you spilling writer's stuff. Now my floor is sticky.
I didn't even spill it. He knocked it over with his.
He said it was you.
No.
He came out in the hallway and was like, Damien spilled stuff all over your floor. I know, that's not, that's, I don't know.
Blanket.
Okay, 15, what kind of angles are these?
Adjacent.
They are adjacent, however, they are what else?
Complementary.
Complementary, okay, so, and that's what I was saying. So if you put complementary, okay, you also need to check these are also adjacent. Complementary and linear pair are always going to be adjacent because they have to be right next to each other because they add up to be 180 or 90, okay? Whereas, like, if we look at 16, do those add up to 90 or 180? Or neither? They add up to neither, okay? And those ones are just adjacent, okay? So some of these are going to be both, okay? So like 14 is going to be complementary and adjacent, okay? $17. Okay? Are they complementary, supplementary, or neither?
Supplementary?
They're neither. Okay, supplementary would be a straight line, to add up to be a straight line. Complementary would be a 90 degrees, okay? And so these are neither, which means they have to be vertical or adjacent. And which are they? They're adjacent. Okay, whereas if we look at 18, are those complementary, supplementary, or neither?
Supplementary.
They're supplementary, which means that they are also adjacent. Okay, so that's when you would have two. Okay, or linear pair is the other word, but. Okay, 19. Are those complementary, supplementary, or neither?
Neither.
They're neither, so then it's got to be vertical or adjacent. Okay, and which is it?
Jason.
Adjacent. Okay, what about 20?
Vertical.
Those are vertical. Okay. Number 21. Find the angle of measure B. Okay. Is that going to be 90, 180 equals or 360? 180. So we're going to say 180 minus 85. 95. Okay, 23. 90, 180, 360 or equals? 180. So you're going to say 180 minus 27. Let's go. Don't take that damn long to type. You guys are make this take all day. 153. Okay, 25. 90, 180, 360 or equals? Which one are you going to use? 90, 180, 360 or equals?
90.
90 minus, so you're going to say 90 minus 53. What is that? 37? Okay, 27. 90, 180, 360 or equals? Huh? It's equal. Okay, they're right across from each other. So, if one side is 68, the other side is 68. Alright, you guys are going to cross off number 31 and 32. Okay, find the midpoint. What's the midpoint formula?
X1 plus X2 over 2.
Oh my God. X1 plus X2 over 2, good. Okay, so we got X1, Y1, X2, Y2. What's the key word in this one though? Midpoint. Okay, so this is the midpoint formula. Okay, so X1 is 10 plus X2 is 1 over 2. Okay, and what is that?
11 over 2.
11 over 2. Okay, do we do a fraction or a decimal?
Fraction.
Fraction. Some of you guys are still doing a decimal. You need to do a fraction. Okay, for the y's, we're going to say y1, which is negative 3, plus y2, which is negative 2 over 2.
Negative 5 over 2.
Negative 5 over 2. Okay, 35 and 36, you're going to cross off. Okay, and 33 and 34 we're going to do. What's the key word in this one?
N.
End point. Okay, so what's the formula for this one?
X1 plus X2 over 2 equals X3.
Good. Okay, so it's the same as the other one, except for we're going to add an x3. Okay, this is the one with the x3. Okay, so we can go ahead and label these. The endpoint gets labeled as what?
X3. No, it's X1.
X1, Y1. The midpoint gets labeled as what?
X3.
X3, Y3. Okay, so we're going to say 10 plus x sub 2 over 2 equals x3, which is negative 1. What gets done first? Times 2 times 2. So you got 10 plus x sub 2 equals, well, negative 1 times 2 is going to be negative 2. Then what needs done? Subtract 10. Okay, so we're gonna say minus 10, minus 10. Okay, so my x2 is gonna be negative 12. Okay, and again, you need to write this in a coordinate, okay, together at the bottom. Okay, for the y's, we're gonna say negative 2 plus x2 over 2, what should be y, just kidding, plus y2 over 2 equals 3. Okay, we're going to times by 2. So I got negative 2 plus y2 equals 6. And then what? Add 2. So you're going to get y2 equals 8. So you're going to put that in that bottom part of that parenthesis or coordinate. Can I scroll?
Maybe you did spill the drink.
Okay, 39 and 40, you're going to cross off as well. Okay, so these bottom two. Okay, again, on the test, I don't care if you do the long way or the short way. However, from grading review 2 the other day, what I can tell you is you should probably get a decimal, and it should probably be, I would say, the number that you get for your answer, whether that be like 12.2 or whatever, okay, you should probably get a decimal, and you should probably get a number that's smaller than 20. Okay, so it should be like 19.6 or 10.2. Okay, some of you guys are just writing me down like some number that don't even make sense. Okay, if you're not sure, okay, raise your hand and I'll come check it. Okay, I can look at it and be like, yeah, that's right. No, that's not right. And I'm not gonna tell you what you did wrong. Okay, I'm assuming what I'm assuming is happening is you guys, because when I was looking at them, you guys have written them out right, but you're not typing them in the calculator right. And that's not all of you. So I'm assuming you're missing like a squared or a plus sign or something. So make sure that you're taking your time on your test and typing those in correctly. You could even do it twice just to make sure that you get the same for the second time. Okay? Or raise your hand, me and Hanson can come look at it, and I can definitely say, yes, Chase, that's correct. Or no, that's not right. Okay? You need to go back through and refix it. Okay? That doesn't mean you're always going to get a decimal, but more times than not, okay, you should. Okay, so we're going to say D equals, what's coming first?
-1.
-1 minus -2 squared plus
-7 minus 1.
squared. Okay, you have to at least have this on your paper on your test. Okay? That way I can see what you typed in the calculator, well, what you were planning on typing in. Okay? Okay, and if you type that in, what do you get? Okay, and again, I don't care if you prefer the long way, then, huh?
8.
8? Just 8? And the one time I'm like, oh, it's probably a decimal, and you got 8. Somebody else type it in. Six point zero, 8.0.
8.06.
So you get a 65.
4.3.
Or 8.0.
Woo-wee!
3.
4.3? Let me see this thing. Okay. Okay. So, if you did not get this, then you're not right. Okay, now, let's talk about something, because it happened the other day, and I think that's part of the, so Chase, for example, wrote 8. We need the decimal. Okay, so, we're not rounding, so you should have wrote 8 point what? 8.0. Okay, now, 8.0 is 8, however, there is more stuff after that, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, so we're not gonna just write down 8, because it's not actually 8. Okay, it's 8.06, blah, 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 and we're just not writing it all, okay? Because technically, the 6 would round to a 1, which would make it 8.1, okay? So, if you did not get 8.0, you need to re-look at your calculator and see what you typed in. If you're not sure, please let me know so we can correct it today, okay? Chances are you forgot a negative or you forgot the squared, if I was betting on it, okay?